and today we got a very exciting episode of Thrifted. I mean, really, it's only exciting if you have, like, social anxiety, so it's exciting for me. But in this real spectacular episode, I was actually really afraid that I wouldn't make some good finds. In fact, I was out just today looking for stuff, and I hit about 3 different thrift stores, and I was like, I'm not finding nothing, but the last one I went to, I found some good stuff at, so I'm real excited that that happened, at least. Now, today is going to be a great episode. It's going to be a shorter episode, but that is just because I'm trying to hurry up, because after I finish filming this, I'm going to live stream. So make sure you catch my live streams on every Friday and Saturday evening, roughly 7 to 9 Central Time. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Guys, that was it. Another spectacular episode of Thrifted. I hope you guys really enjoyed that episode. I put no effort into it. None. Zero. Absolutely zip. Another day. Another episode of Thrifted. So, we got a shorter... Well, it might not be short. Let's see how long I can drag this out. Episode of Thrifted today. And I was really afraid that I wouldn't find anything good this episode. But I did. I did find a bunch of good stuff over the last 3 weeks. This is about 3 weeks worth of build-up. And funnily enough, like 1/3 of it's today. So, let's just go ahead and quit yapping about it. Books! Yes. Y'all know I love books. I love cheap books more than anything else. And that's what I got. So let's go through the stack. Up first, we got Wild Bill, the true story of the American frontier's first gunfighter by Tom Calvin. And this is not the only Wild West book I got. I got 2 of them. I just figured I'd pick this one up too since I was getting 1. But yeah. Very interesting. I love history books, and that's what the majority of these are, as you can tell. But up next, the Adams-Jefferson letters, the complete correspondence between Thomas Jefferson and Abigail and John Adams, edited by Lester J. Capon. So, one of my favorite HBO miniseries is the series John Adams, and in the end of it, they actually rush through a lot of the letters towards the end of both the lifespans of Adams and Jefferson. So as you know, they had a very volatile relationship in politics. They were very, very split on many different things, but towards the end, they were kind of able to reconcile. And on top of that, of course, they ran against each other for the presidential election of, I want to say 1800 something, very early 1800s. It was the 3rd presidential election. Fact, 4th, because John Adams was already president, he was running for re-election, and Jefferson actually beat him. So, but of course, many years later, they reconciled, kissed, and made up. And probably my favorite book, Legionary, the Roman Soldier's Official Manual. And this is a really cool and interesting book. I'm not a big Roman history guy, or a big ancient history guy, for that matter, but I thought this book just looked so cool, and it was in such good condition, I was just like, I need to go ahead and pick this up. So yeah, it's like a big manual of basically a breakdown of what it was like to be a legionnaire in the Roman military, and that is really cool. I actually feel really bad, because I normally have a big picture book for y'all. Well, I realized that, like, I've had the big Lego books and stuff that I've been finding. I didn't find any that were particularly interesting or related to anything on the channel that I felt like y'all would enjoy. So I'm going to start keeping my eye open for some sort of big picture book. So anyway, second book, this is the second Wild West book that I was talking about, Blood Feud, the Hatfields and the McCoys, the epic story of murder and vengeance by Lisa Alter. And if you're not aware of what the Hatfield-McCoy feud was, basically around, I want to say after the Civil War, there were 2 families living in, I want to say, Kentucky? In fact, let me look on the back here. Yep, Kentucky. There were two families that were basically having a mini war with each other. One was the Hatfields, one was the McCoys. It's believed to have started over when one family member killed another family's pig. So yeah, but anyway, it got real famous back in the day. And then Samuel Taylor Coleridge, The Complete Poems, because as you guys know, I write poetry and I'm an English major, so those books were some really good finds, and they were only about $2 each. In fact, the Roman Legionary one was only $1, so I'm more than happy with it. But y'all don't really care about that. Y'all care about toy army men. Yeah. So we got a big bucket of the core force mat. What? If y'all watch one of my live streams, I actually took a look at these, and I bought 2 of these buckets. They were on sale. I know it says $10 down there, but they were 33% off of that. So I got them just because I saw this green tank. Yeah, if y'all know the core sets, they normally come with a red tank. So I was like, that's interesting. I wonder why. But they also come with a green mech. But at the same time, I can't say I recommend getting this core set just because the figures are very low quality. Like, look at that indentation in the chest. And, like, the molding isn't super great on them. And they feel cheaper than actual Leonard. Because as y'all know, Leonard makes these figures, and they're pretty nice. Now, some of these look okay. Like, this sniper is about the quality I'd expect out of Leonard. But, like, then you got this guy. He's kind of drooping. And look, another indentation, which means that the plastic's a lot cheaper. So yeah, I can't say I recommend getting this bucket. Of course, like, if you just see it and it's cheap, yeah, go for it. But, you know, for, like, I think I paid $6.50. I don't think it's a bad deal. And of course, it comes with all the accessories. I've reviewed the core, the actual Leonard bucket. This is a knockoff, of course. But you got all the accessories here, the sandbags, the fences, and those feel... In fact, these pretty much feel like they are Leonard quality, so... But I can just tell by feeling these are not Leonard's figures, for sure. Like, look at that droop, that's way droopier. But, yeah, like, if you see it, and you want some more core figures for cheap, pick them up. A good chunk of these look decent, though. So maybe these are made by Leonard, but they're just sold through another company. Oh well, that could very well be the case. But yeah, it's 104 pieces. And I spilled one while I was at Ollie's. I got this, as you see the Ollie sticker, I got these from Ollie's. I spilled one because there was no tape on the lid, and it was like barely open. And one thing that caught my eye about the lid is that y'all know, like, the lid's also a play feature. Like, you get this bridge, it's like a little trich, but there's dinosaur bones. Like, I saw this, I was like, what in the world? Yeah, there's dinosaur bones, so this was probably reused for a big dinosaur play set too. So I wonder. Choking hazard, 104 pieces. Happy line. So there's no Leonard branding, so I'm going to assume those are knockoffs. So that's not the only set of army men we got either. But you know what we did find? Dun 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 dun. Stand up auto. We found the Simpsons Wave 1. So I've been wanting to collect these figures for a minute. And there's a couple more accessories. So yeah, I have actually really been wanting these for quite a while. And I was in one of my local game stores. I almost said GameStop, but no, it wasn't GameStop. And they had these off card for like $7 each. In fact, it was like $6.50 actually. And I was just like, that is such a better deal. And they had all the pieces and accessories Homer had his donut and his box of donuts. You could actually take this. He fought me on that. Like, he really wanted that donut. Oh, my donut! Yeah, we got Otto, Homer. Otto comes with his guitar. If you don't know him, he is the bus driver. We got Willie, which I've been seeing him go for like $20 for some reason. I don't know why. I guess it's just the internet. But also, I was at another game store, and he was in the box for $20. And I was like, nah, no thank you. And we got Bart. And these translate pretty well to 3D, to be honest. The Simpsons is a 2D animated series, but I think these turned out pretty good. Now, of course, there were a line of Simpsons figures years and years ago, but it was before my time, so I'm really glad I could get some Simpsons figures for a reasonable price. And like I said, I only paid about $6.50 for each of these, so keep your eye open. Okay, if you like The Simpsons, I highly recommend. But, just shove those back. I don't care about those anymore. We got a bunch of other stuff, including, that's right, Bakugan. Who remembers Bakugan? I remember Bakugan, and I got a bunch of them. Okay, I got an absolute mess load. Someone was giving up their Bakugan collection for some reason. So I'm opening these up. If you can, there we go. Get out of there. These were only $2 each. I got everything you see here. But yeah, I was super into Bakugan when I was a kid. I remember way back in the day. I cannot even tell what that is. Oh, he's like a... Yeah, I can't even tell what this is. But yeah, I was super duper into Bakugan. This looks like, in fact, I'm using the side of my table to open these up. Looks like his little feet are right here. That's kind of bizarre. You gotta actually twist the feet out, but oh well. As well as the hordes. This looks like, God, which one is it? The Dragonoid? That's what I want to say. And I have an actual Dragonoid right here. Probably saying that wrong. Forgive me, please. I haven't messed with Bakugan in so long. And I got these primarily out of nostalgia. Because, like I said, in like 4th grade, we used to go behind the building at school. And we used to do Bakugan. We used to play the actual card game. I don't think we knew how to play the card game. Like, it was kind of like a lot of kids with Pokemon. That's freaky. What is that? Like, we just didn't really know how the game worked. We just really liked how the thing popped open. And these were super popular back in the late 2000s, like 2009. I remember they were on the news at one point on like USA Today. I remember being a kid watching USA Today with my mother, and they were talking about Bakugan. So I got a handful of these horde creatures. I guess this is like a set. I got another one right here. This one right here is super wicked looking, and these are all old school, probably early 2010s. I don't think this is the first wave at all. In fact, I think this Dragonoid is like second wave. But yeah, they look good. I didn't get any cards with these. I say that for a reason. But yeah, Bakugan. Some of you guys might be either too old or too young to know what Bakugan are. That's weird. It's though my audience, a lot of my audience is a lot of older people and a lot of younger people. So, I don't know. They still sell Bakugan, though. You can still sell them. I'll open this one up. And of course, what you do is you put them to metal. The cards would be metal. You would lay the cards down and you would roll the Bakugan onto the cards, and it would activate that card, whichever one it rolled on. And all the cards had different effects. It was very similar to Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time, which I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! I was never into Pokemon growing up. But yeah, I think this guy's my favorite. And I had the two-headed ones, like the Hydra Dragon, I think is what it's called. off the top of my head. But yeah, and I got a whole mess of them. So yeah, that's really cool. I'm probably going to put them in my Go-Go Crazy Modes. Just another thing I got out of nostalgia. So, right, we are almost there towards the end. I kind of got to wrap this up. We're at 14 minutes. Jeez Louise. But, I got more Bakugan. Yeah. So, I was at my local game store. I got these today, and these were $3 each, so an even better deal, because each of them has like 3 and 4 in the bag. And they had a mess load of Bakugan, and they had cards, and these little pads here, I don't know what those are. Let's open these up. I just want to look at the cards, really. But yeah, these look like the newer ones. They're a lot more elaborate. Like, look at the molding on that face. And are any of these metal? No, none of these are metal. In fact, okay, these are metal. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, back in the day, the cards were just metal, but I guess they changed that. I wanted to look at the cards. Okay, so we got Pegatrix. I don't understand what any of that means. Falcron. Okay. Vangsaur. These are all monsters. Counter aggression, and then there's some symbols. If any of y'all know how to play the game, explain how these cards work. We got Tides, Razorfin. That's pretty funny. I like that. I like how some of these are sideways. That's interesting. And then again, more of those symbols. I don't know what those mean. Block Outsiders. Meteoric Lance. Now they're upside down. Sifting Ashes, Talon Slash, Dual Strike. Oh, that has a description. And you may reroll your Bakugan. Okay. Hyper Hydrus Ultra. Yes, really cool, really nostalgic. Like, unironically, this takes me back. I actually want to get some old original cards off of eBay. I got those and I was just like having a full-blown nostalgia trip. But these are also really cool. Should I switch my channel's theme over to Bakugan? Should I become the Bakugan commander, guys? Look at this guy. This is like a turtle man. Really cool. And then this one right here. Is that a gun? Oh no, it's like it's like a blade. I thought that was a gun for a second. What the world? Okay, I'm saying that a lot. Flip you open. Oh, he didn't come open all the way. There he goes. But yeah, these are really fun. These are really fun toys, and they're very different from all the other card games like Digimon, which I don't know off the top of my head if Digimon's a card game or not. I think it is. And Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you got the cool little toys. That one's actually in a thing. I wonder if it's important. But yeah, I really like these. I don't know if I should keep these separate or if I could just put all these cards together. Oh, this one's metal. Armored Alliance. That must be like the newer one. But yeah, I used to come home. I played soccer when I was really young, and we'd come home and I would watch the Bakugan cartoon after getting home from doing soccer every day. This was back in like 2009. I was really, really young. So yeah, this is really nostalgic. Okay, and each of these are like little chips. Like they have little emblems on them. Plus 50B, plus 2 that. Yeah, I don't know anything about playing the game anymore. But guys, should we become the Bakugan channel? Comment down below if you want me to become the Bakugan channel. But at least for right this minute, we're not the Bakugan channel. We're the Army Men channel, that's right. I found a big, massive bag of Army Men at the thrift store, and it's a lot of what we've seen, so we got some of these gray True Heroes. These were sold by dollar stores, not even in my area, like in other places. I did some digging, because I was like, where the heck was True Heroes making gray figures? And sure enough, the Dollar Tree. That was after I did some research. But yeah, we got a ton of True Heroes, ton of Timmy, classic Timmy, Now we also got some of the Matchbox clones right here. But on top of that, really interestingly, we got a bunch of G.I. Joe accessories in here. Like, we got this boot, which this doesn't even look like G.I. Joe. That looks like Darth Vader's boot, actually. So, and a backpack. So this isn't really a super interesting bag of Army Men, but it's still cool nonetheless. We got a Timmy tank. I paid like $4 for this whole bag of figures, so I tell you what is really interesting. This guy, the core nostalgia episode for the Commander. So these were knockoff G.I. Joes that were sold mostly at Walmart. They were made by Leonard, which are the same company that makes the bucket of Army Men we saw a minute ago. And yeah, they were really cheap. I had tons of them. Like, you get 3 of them for like $4 back in the day. And they came with a vehicle and like a whole bunch of other stuff, a gun. They all had tons of guns. So yeah, this tripped me out seeing this guy, so I'm going to have to find a spot in the Commander Quarter for him. I got this, which I was like, what the heck is that? There's some markings on there. What does that say? Made in China. Cool. But yeah, not a super interesting bag of Army Men. There's nothing in here that I haven't seen before or I haven't talked about. So, but still, it's really nice. Oh, found this gas mask. That's a G.I. Joe part for sure. But yeah, it's just super nice to find a bunch of Timmy figures at the thrift store of all places. So, very, very nice. Very, very cool. But we're at 20 minutes, so I'm going to round this out. This is the last item. So, let's go ahead and jump back over to the Commander Quarter to finish this video off, if you're still here. Part of that's because I just woke up from a nap. Like, I got home at like 3, and I was like, I'm going to just take a short little siesta. You know, I'm just going to lay my head down, get some Z's. Then I woke up at 7. What has my life become?
Mission accomplished. Well done, man. Pack it up. We're going home.